And now he can add to the list that Tesla plants are being underutilized. I mean, how big of an issue is that specifically for Tesla? Because this is not a problem that's unique to this car company.
That's right.
Other legacy automakers have this problem as well.
Yes, and this is the first time Tesla has found itself in this situation because, again, up until a couple of years ago, it's a pure growth story with their automotive business. Yeah, their utilization rate was approximately 70% last year, which doesn't sound that bad. That's in line with kind of the global industry average. A company like Toyota or Hyundai, they're probably a little bit better. The Europeans might be a little bit worse. But Tesla to just be like at best average is not something we've seen before. And as mentioned, in their rush to open new plants, they probably moved faster than they should have because at the time they just saw limitless growth. This is a mistake. So they've poured billions and billions of dollars into these facilities. You have to amortize those costs over multiple years. And the rate of paying back the initial expenses, the multi-billion-dollar expenses, gets longer if the plants aren't utilized as well as they should be. And again, it's probably Berlin and Austin that are the most problematic. But to address this is one thing that is unique about Tesla. Musk is pivoting a bit. And I talked to an analyst at S&P saying, like, yeah, this is a big difference where they don't necessarily have to just make cars. And what we've discovered was at the shareholder meeting in November, Elon Musk mentioned that the Fremont plant, they're setting up an assembly line there to build Optimus humanoid robots. I think his goal is that Fremont would build as many as 1 million of these things a year. And then they'll also probably be replacing that Cybertruck line with a robot line in Austin at some point as well. That's very interesting, and it's good if you can utilize capacity that you're not otherwise using. But it takes us to this other question. Is the Optimus an actual product that's ready for the real world in the near future? We don't know. He describes it as kind of an all-purpose, do anything kind of robot. It could do chores for you around the house. It could work in a factory, basically be almost like a companion. I mean, he keeps comparing it to C-3PO from Star Wars. And Musk seems particularly excited about this product and sees, millions, billions, if not trillions of dollars of sales in the future coming from something like this robot. I haven't spoken with a lot of experts who share his enthusiasm with the timetable and the speed and the demand. We are seeing a lot of activity in humanoid robots, not just from Tesla, from a lot of places. The one curiosity in Tesla's case is it's not a specified use case. So he's saying we're going to sell this robot and it's going to do this and this. It's going to do these two things that help humans and make life better. So really, really well-defined application. He's talking about it like the way ChatGPT is kind of an all-purpose, AI platform for to do all sorts of things. It's not one thing. Well, then you have competitors like Hyundai Motor, for example, which acquired Boston Dynamics, which is sort of the real pioneer in humanoid robotics for a couple of decades now. At CES last week, Hyundai also announced a very specific plan to begin producing and using Boston Dynamics Atlas humanoid robot in factories and to do sort of very menial tasks, lifting and moving things that tend to be bad for human workers, where you might get lots of repetitive stress injuries or back injuries in auto plants, which are the two most common types of problems you have with human workers. And they're talking about putting tens of thousands of these to work in auto plants that they operate around the world, using a Boston Dynamics robot, but also partnering with Google DeepMind as an additional partner. In that case, they're talking about a very, very specific application. In the future, perhaps the robot could do other things, but they're an industrial company that sees, oh, here's a very targeted use for this thing where it could be a benefit, fewer injuries for human workers, and actually improve overall efficiency of the plant. So that's quite different than the way Elon talks about Optimus, which dances and, according to a video today, rides horses and does all sorts of things, I guess. So that is kind of sort of par for the course, where one is almost kind of like a pie in the sky, big picture view of something, compared to a competing initiative that's really targeted and really specific and has a sort of a precise timetable and even mentions facilities where these things will be used. So, anyone can decide which one they think is more plausible. Certainly, it would seem that in the case of Hyundai, there's an actual kind of business case they've thought through.
You